Well, hello everyone. Welcome back once again to American Falls by Lancyboi. Welcome back indeed. Sorry I missed you all yesterday. I hope you had a good Wednesday, but we are back in the saddle and back at it. Happy Thursday. It's July 1st here on the farm. We've got a little over $5 grand in the bank. I brought the old Chevy into the garage over to the workbench just to see what different tire options we had. I didn't make any changes. I just kind of wanted to dream a little bit about doing a little upgradey poo. We kind of left ourselves at a bit of a cliffhanger last time, I guess you could say. I mean, it wasn't like Who Shot JR kind of style of cliffhanger. It was more just, hey, we paid off our loan. Yay. But it is a milestone. At least it seems to be becoming a milestone here on American Falls that we pay off our loan, which of course means we immediately go and we take more money out, which is what we're going to do. 227,009 it looks like, to be exact. 227,009. 5 years. I think we pretty much always do the 5-year deal. We'll take that loan. We'll take that money. We'll take that money from the bank. Grass is ready to be mowed. That's good news. But what are we going to do with our newfound cash? Well, we are going to buy land, because I think that's going to be our best option for moving onward and upward. So I did a little investigatory work prior to getting into this episode, and I looked around at all these plots, and there are a few we can buy, but honestly, I think our best bet right now is going to be this guy right here. It's plot 30. I think it's field 8. And then we could also buy field 9. I don't think it's such a small field. I don't know if we should bother or not, unless you all have any thoughts on that. But I'm thinking field 8. And the nice part about field 8 is it's pretty much all field, except for this little front area here, right next to the farm. And I believe we've got the sorghum going on in this field, which is nice. So we've got already planted sorghum, 75% yield bonus. But that's only at 50% fertilized, so we would be, I think, well off to throw another layer of fertilization on here. That'll help our yield bonus. We do need to throw some narrow tires on the old Valtra, because I think we'll be making a lot of dead sorghum driving over it. Look at it just blowing in the breeze. I think we'll make a lot of dead sorghum if we use our normal tires that are on the Valtra, so do me a favor and remind me to swap the tires out on the old Valtra. Let's go ahead and let's buy that field just to get it done. It's $157,440. Ouch. And yay. That leaves us with 75 grand. That's nothing to sniff at. We are going to need money though for leasing a combine. So I don't want to cut it too close. Of course, we can always do contracts. Not a big deal. Here's that little field I was telling you about. This little guy here. I don't know. We could plant more grass in it, I guess. But right now, I just don't see the point of spending that kind of money. Probably for the amount of grass we're going to get out of it. It's like probably 2/3 of the field 10 that we own. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I say we just save the cash for now. We deal with what we've got. I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump in the old Valtra and get to it. Let me turn those off. So yeah, I hope you're all having a really good week. I know last time we were together, I discussed my little Ember mug. I gotta tell you, I am loving the stinking Ember mug. If you at all have a screw loose like I do and are willing to spend that kind of money on a coffee mug, it is so worth it. So worth it. So worth it. I love that little mug. Where did we... Oh, we sold our bales, didn't we? Yeah, we did end up selling the bales. That's right. Alright. Ooh, I guess you were lowered? You are lowered. Okay, beauty. let's get to cutting. Yeah, this mower cuts everything. So if you are at all interested in your bushes, don't cut it with this mower because your bushes will be gone. I guess it could be called the Bush Be Gone mower. Not a lot of mowers will do that. Base game mowers aren't going to do that. They're just going to, you know, kind of let the bushes float underneath and call it good. I don't know. Different strokes for different folks, I reckon. I think this is more of a brush. Isn't this kind of a brush mower? So it kind of stands to reason that it would mow and eliminate bushes as well. I mean, to me, that's kind of makes a little bit more common sense. Chad's doing well, in case you're wondering. He's settling in nicely. I had him doing a little research today on metric screwdrivers, flatheads. So he is busy doing that. He's trying to get me maybe a nice set of DeWalt, or maybe Sears. What is Sears? What Craftsman? A nice set of Craftsman metric flathead screwdrivers. I kind of want them to be American made, you know. These days, I would settle for Canadian or American made, if I'm being honest. Not a lot is anymore, that's for darn sure. So, my thoughts on this are, we are of course going to rinse and repeat with the grass. Really not a lot of thought process is going to go into this. We're going to do what we did last time, which is mow it, windrow it, bale and wrap it. We're definitely getting our most money with silage, no question about that. Not a lot. What we end up with, about 10 grand, I think, last time, if I'm not mistaken. 10 grand, I think it was. So not a great deal of cash, but it'll add up, I think. I'm gonna just loop-de-loop around here a bit. I don't know how that would work out if we bought this little field and how quickly it would pay for itself. Don't really know. I do know if we don't start expanding our property, we are going to be in contract heaven for quite a long time to come, which isn't horrible, but it sure is nice working your own land. I kind of feel like that. I think, and I am not sure, but I think for our narrow tires in the Valtra, we might be in pretty good shape. I can't remember if I've already paid for those or not, but we will find out soon enough. Got a nice comment. My apologies again for forgetting your name. Nothing personal. I am horrible with names. But got a nice comment from somebody about American Truck Simulator, saying that they are IRL, in real life, truck drivers, and that American Truck Driver is basically, kind of a casual experience compared to the real deal. And I can totally understand that. I can only imagine. I have a lot of respect for not just truck drivers, but anybody who has to drive for a living. I think from a mental health standpoint, that would be an exceptionally difficult job. Really difficult job. I would need a punching bag at home I would need multiple different stress relieving tools once I got done with a day's work. Even if you're a UPS or FedEx, just any kind of job where you have to deal with people driving. People are different when they drive, right? I mean, people can be super cool. Like, I've had really good friends, but then when they drive, I want to punch them. I really do. I had this one buddy. Have this one buddy. He maybe had, because I almost did want to smack him. And this one dude, a good friend of mine, many years ago. But whenever I would avoid it like the plague. But when he had to drive, it was so unnerving. It's an experience that I'm sure many of you have had, but he wasn't necessarily a bad driver as far as kind of the technicalities go. Like, he used blinkers, he stopped, he didn't roll through signs and everything else, but man, the guy tailgated all the time. And if somebody was going too slow, he'd tailgate them. If they were going too fast, he'd tailgate them. Everybody was going the wrong speed in his world. So if he came up on somebody that was going just a little slower than him, you know, they're idiots. They're going too slow. We're just going to tailgate the bejeebers out of them. If somebody was coming up behind us, then they were, you know, maniac speeders. And then he would let them pass, and then he would tailgate them. This guy, and I mean, I'm like gripping. This is white knuckle passenger kind of situation. And I would always say to him, dude, if they have to stop, we are so screwed. No. Why? First of all, why would they stop? That was his big thing. Why would they stop? Why do you think? Why do you think most people stop? Like, eventually people, you gotta stop. And of course I could give him 100 reasons why people may want to apply brakes when they're driving. But yeah, he was a special case. He was not pleasant to drive with. I just told him I just can't do it. You know, I just can't do it. And I stopped doing it, and we remained better friends because of it. Because it was just unnerving. Just absolutely unnerving. Oh, nice. Love that. So last time we started on the right side, which didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me after I did it. So we're going to do the old left side start up here. I think Tin Man gave me some great advice. That was, you know, kind of combine the windrows, Brad. Make a bit of an effort if you can. I think he was spot on with that advice. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and make a bit more of an effort this time. At least pretend like I know what I'm doing. I don't know about you guys. Do you feel like not much is going on in the farm sim community? Does it not feel a little quiet right now? Like, I know that they had is the kids version out? I think it might be now, right? But doesn't it just feel like it's been like kind of oddly quiet? I feel like we haven't really even heard much from Giants lately. Now, I know they used to do that was it monthly or bi-weekly or whatever podcast YouTube show thing. Now, I actually quite liked that. I felt like it was just a really nice way of connecting with Giants and other farm sim fans and stuff. And then they said, I think they decided, well, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to just do it quarterly, was it? Or something like that. I got my times messed up, I think. But I haven't seen one of those in forever. We get that, I think if you signed up for it, you get that newsletter, which is okay. It's not too bad. But just really feel like it's been very quiet on the Giants front, which I think maybe an indicator that they are working hard on our next version. I don't know. That'd be pretty sweet if they were. Be very happy about that, I think. I think we'd all be happy about that. I think there's still a lot of people, I don't know if a lot is the right word, maybe it is, but I think there are still quite a few people playing 19 that just didn't buy 22 for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't feel like it offered enough, enough to buy the next version. I get that. I do. I can't think of too many games, though. Did I do this wrong? No, this is right. I can't think of too many games out there, though, where maybe it wasn't like a huge advance, but pretty much any game I've ever played and then bought the new version of, I didn't regret. There was always something about the new version that I always felt like made it worth it. Sometimes there's things about the new version that you kind of go, oh, this is not as good. They shouldn't have done that to us. But most of the time, it's, there's something there. There's something there. Better controls, better cameras, better visuals, whatever it might be. And I would tell anybody on 19 to jump on 22. Now, for me, of course, and I've said this before, I didn't play a lot of 19. I played very little 19. I'm actually kind of glad about that. Just because when I got back into it here on 22, I'm so, so glad I did. And it just feels awesome to be back with Farm Sim. I think I needed that break. But I quite like 22. I think this is a very good game. I think it's reasonably polished since they've updated it and fixed a lot of bugs, so on and so forth. I would, tell people now, if they've never played or if they're now just considering to buy it, I would say you're getting a very stable game. A very stable game. Base game. Of course, as you go down the mod rabbit hole, like I have a tendency to do, you can always create yourself a very unstable environment. But as far as the base game goes, I don't think anybody would have any reason to really be concerned about the stability of the game. Hardware playing a big role in that, but I would say it's, a good overall product Giants has now. But I'm telling you, curiosity is really killing me at this point to want to know what to expect in the next version. And I'm really keeping my fingers crossed. Really keeping my fingers crossed that it's not going to be an oh kind of deal. I want it to be a wow kind of deal, But something in my gut just tells me it's going to be kind of a oh, okay kind of deal. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. NFL draft is coming up pretty soon. No, I'm not going to get that into it other than to say that my beloved Bears do have the first pick overall in the NFL draft. I wish they didn't. I really do, because history shows that my beloved Bears are not capable of making a solid first-round draft pick choice. I am convinced that not only are they not capable of making a solid choice, but even if they do make a solid choice, it is immediately cursed. Only one thing I want to throw at you. We'll move on. My Bears, I just heard this, and it wasn't necessarily very surprising, but my Chicago Bears, and I believe it was since McMahon started back in the mid-'80s, right? Early mid-'80s, the Super Bowl Bears with Jim McMahon as quarterback, who I personally would take instantly today. But anyways, they've had, I believe, 40 different starting quarterbacks. Yeah. That's literally unheard of. It's so bad. It's so bad. But anyways, I promised I wasn't gonna focus on that. So I honestly had something else lined up I wanted to talk about, but I have completely forgotten what that is. So I guess we'll just sit and chat about our farming simulator. I saw, I looked at that Mars map again. And I kind of like the way it's set up. I kind of like the challenge that the mod author threw down as far as what you could play as for your goals and stuff for that map. I thought that was kind of cool. I think that's kind of a neat thing that mod authors can do, is when they create maps, to say, hey, you know, maybe this is a good challenge for you to consider when playing it. I really don't know that we've officially thrown down what the goals are here for American Falls. I haven't really given it a whole lot of thought, to be honest with you. I felt like surviving initially was my number one goal, which we seem to be doing okay, you know. Amazing to me how much more slower money comes in this hard mode than in easy economy. It really makes you realize how easy money is in easy economy, which can be a lot of fun, no doubt. I think Gen X and I were talking a little bit about maybe doing a series, maybe the next series, or at some point doing a series where it's basically it's just all out I don't know. I'm thinking of ways to put it. There's a couple ways I want to put it, but I probably shouldn't. But basically just realism has left the building, and just the opposite of this series almost. In fact, it would be basically the opposite of this series, and you would be allowed to use even the most unrealistic of equipment, harvesting tools and planters. Speed, fast farming becomes faster farming, and I mean, just, you know, I would say anything goes except maybe for like the government subsidy, because that gets, I mean, that can get maybe a little bit out of hand. I don't know. Maybe you do have a government subsidy. I don't know. But as far as just all out, basically probably be a fairly short series, I'm assuming, because you could knock out a lot of product very, very quickly. I think it'd be kind of fun. I get a kick out of some of the unrealistic mods that show up out in the mod hub. Not on the Giants in-game one, but out on like King mods and stuff. I do get a kick out of seeing what people come up with. It's kind of funny. You can just tell by the style of gameplay, I think, that some of these mod authors or mod creators, you know, play when you see a base game planter that's 10 meters and the mod author has made it 50 meters, you know, 150 feet wide. And they lower the horsepower down, so it only takes like 10 horsepower. Top working speed of, you know, 60, 70 miles an hour, that kind of thing. It might be a fun short series to do, or maybe even a series to do to break up the week. Kind of the way we used to do either Old Family Farm or Traveling Contractor, something like that. Might be kind of interesting to see how that goes. Of course, that'll be kind of a free-for-all with mods. But I've quite enjoyed American Falls so far. I've quite enjoyed the hard mode. It's a little bit more of a cerebral experience because you're actually, making a bit of an effort to plan things out a little bit better and not just throw caution to the wind. Yeah, I would expect I have to expect that we are going to see some kind of Giants news. I would think reasonably soon. I don't know. I'm still not thinking that we're not going to see a new version this year. Because I could swear that Giants said, and this can always change, but I could swear they said they want to maintain odd and even years for their mobile platform versus their PC console platform. So if we don't get one for 2024 and they want to maintain that, then we're really a ways off for the next game. Then we're talking 26, which could happen at the end of 25, right? Because usually it happens at the end of the previous year, but that's still quite a little ways away. I think I can manage bailing this little lot we made here. Not horrible. I've done worse. Oh, yeah. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, you gotta love that. Quite a bit of excitement coming from such a little windrower. Oh, yeah, Voltra. You go, buddy. You go. Let's check something out real quick before I say goodbye. MICKEYMOUSE. Who is the leader of the club? right? That's made for you and me. What a creepy... Sometimes kid stuff can be really creepy. I'm not sure Mickey was necessarily creepy, but there's some kids things that have been kind of creepy. Man, I like the exhaust on this thing. I'm going to get this on my Toyota. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, let's get the Chevy out of the way. Can't believe the Chevy's still running. I think you usually only get about 15, 20,000 miles on a Chevy before they break down, right? Oh, there it is. That's as far as we're gonna go. Let's go check something out here right quick. We'll pull in the old... I always forget this. Always forgot this was here. Oh, Brad, you're gonna run over a cone. Don't run over your cone, Brad. Keep the cone clean. Let's get into our working position. Turn off the engine for safety. Let's go in and customize our nice little Valtra. And I think wheel weights wide. There's our little skinnies. Yeah, no cost at all. Very nice. I thought we had already paid for those skinnies. I don't think I want to spend any money on adding anything to this Valtra, because eventually I would like to move on to something else. So dumping more money into the Valtra is probably not the best idea. That still looks all right. Not too shabby. So we should be, all things considered, capable of running through our sorghum field. Yeah, there we go. Non-destructive. Man, are those all those weeds? Are those all dead weeds down in there? Holy cow. It kind of looks like it from up here. Maybe not. So yeah, we're good to go for spraying. We'll make sure and get this bad boy fertilized. And get some baling done, of course. Wrapping and baling, and we'll call it good. But this is going to be it for this episode. I appreciate you guys checking in with me and sticking with me. It's always nice to be back with my buds here on the RQS Gaming Network. Yeah. But you all make sure and take care of yourselves. Make sure you take care of each other. Don't tailgate. Just do yourself a favor. Do the rest of the people that are in the vehicle with you a favor. And don't tailgate. It's not worth it. You're not going to get there faster. Just saying. And be nice to truckers. Leave some room for them, for goodness sakes, at intersections so they can turn. Stuff like that. Just be aware. Be aware. Be a brother on the road, not a hater on the road. Ooh, yeah. That's right. All right. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be back. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Friday. On a Happy Friday edition of American Falls. All right. I'll see you guys. Bye for now.